4-day assessment of how things have gone so far, at least in this camp?
Different from last camp, of course. I mean, I'm in Michigan now. It's really cool. Can't complain. A lot of new players, new atmosphere. Can't really complain too much. I mean, we're still learning on the job. We're learning every day, growing every day together. So it's been real fun.
Do you think this has kind of been a continual, like, crash course for you from the spring into now?
Nah, it's just a lot of growth, man. That's what it is. I mean, we all learn it together, like I said earlier, and it's not too much, really just, it's not a lot coming at me at once, but, you know, it's all good. It is what it is right now.
What feels different for you, Aidan, from spring to now, having had that experience to this? Where do you feel different or more comfortable with?
I mean, I feel more comfortable with the players and the team in general. You know, I knew the offense coming in. I knew the coaching staff coming in. Everybody on the team. There's still a lot of new players on, but only offensively we got Luke Newman and Kayron, and I mean they've acclimated really well. And I think it looks pretty good. So that's really it.
I know you were able to play a role on some official visits for recruits. What was that like for you, helping out recruiting?
It was fun. I mean, you know, only so much you can do with them. You know, they're young guys. It's cool though. I mean, it's cool seeing, you know, what I used to do when I was younger, going and coming out of high school and going on my movies and everything. It's just cool being able to just take that leadership role.
Where do you see the on-field?
Well, I'm sorry. Whoa. Who I got?
Where do you see the on-field growth that you've made so far since spring, just specifically on the field, and not just like leadership and getting to know the guys?
I feel like I've calmed down a lot, especially in the pocket. It's been that's my main thing right now. I have happy feet in the pocket. I learned that by myself, so I'm just learning how to, you know, keep calm and just be calm in the pocket.
Having laugh at you say you're young, you know, you're older now, but you are really young, you know, still for your age, for everything else. But how, I mean, you mentioned the leadership. Do you feel like there's a teaching role that comes from having been in the offense and having been here in the spring to kind of maybe get some of those new guys up to speed?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I work with the freshmen whenever I can. The new guys, all the new receivers that came in, the new O-linemen that came in. I mean, Tanner's got them, you know, Tanner knew everything. That O-line's doing well. Like, I think they've all acclimated really well. They all figured out what to do. And I think we're going to have a great season this fall just because of them, simply. But overall, I mean, that leadership role is big. You know, I get to talk to whoever, and everybody. I get to talk to everybody. You know, I get to let them know like what I need to see, what I look at, and I think it's come up really big recently.
How do you navigate the what you're saying versus how you say it?
I mean,
that's something leaders have to kind of identify.
Yeah, me, and I've noticed like my leadership ways. Like I'm not the type to yell. I'm not the type to just get in your face and be like this. I'm really just type to encourage you. Let you know, like, okay, we need this, and then and sometimes I ask questions like, what you think this? Like, so I also want to get their feedback and want to know what they're talking about too. So, I mean, overall, I'm just here to be. I'm not a boss. I'm just here to be with them. I'm younger than all these dudes out here anyway. So,
Has it been all football? Have you gotten out in this community at all, or around this spacious campus yet, or is it all for any impression, I guess?
camp is too big, yo. I'm not doing that. But I mean, yeah, football. I mean, there's a lot of football right now. You know, going to fall camp. We're here 6 a.m., 8 p.m., 7 a.m., 8 p.m. So it's a lot right now. But before this, I mean, I was around a little bit, not too much. You know, hanging out with some teammates here and there.
Based on what you've seen compared to what you guys did at Oregon State, what do you think the potential of this offense is?
I mean, as far as we take it, for real, I mean, I think we have all the tools, all the keys we need. It's just we got to put it together now.
Brian had mentioned that like the biggest thing between being a backup quarterback and starter is obviously the pressure. How do you balance just, you know, knowing that you're young, your mistakes might happen throughout the season, and kind of block out that outside noise and just handle your own expectations, I guess?
I mean, difference between last year and this year, I mean, I love the pressure. It's you know, I don't know how to explain it, but it's just different now. Like, I get to prove what I can do this year. Last year, I mean, I had one drive a game, and, I mean, I proved a little bit, but nobody really saw what I could do. So, I mean, this year it's just, the pressure's not there for real, not in my mind. But I know that the team's counting on me to do what I have to do, and I'm also counting on them, so it's not too much.
What's your expectation for yourself in your first year as a starter?
I'm just here to win games. That's it.
And a lot of hype, and you know you're hearing from people. I'm sure there's a lot of people who, okay, you know, we're looking forward to great things. How have you handled that?
I mean, just how I handle everything else. I mean, it's football. For me, it's football. Like, they're not the ones playing. I mean, only dudes playing are dudes in this locker room right now. And, I mean, we just going to go out there. We're going to play how we play. It is what it is. Like, they're not the ones playing. They talking about it. They can believe what they want to believe, but you got to prove it to them.
We're less than 4 weeks away yet. Time goes fast. You getting anxious already for this to get started?
And I've been wanting to play since I got here. That's how it is, just saying.
What's your relationship with Tommy like? And how
Tommy?
much do you rely on him just, as being he's the older guy and
I
giving
mean,
advice?
Yeah, that's my dog. He cool. He don't miss. That's Tommy. That's touchdown Tommy. He don't miss. I like Tommy. He's especially like him being experienced and everything. It's really good having him. Just him knowing what he sees and everything. He's a quiet dude, but I mean, we talk to him real cool, real cool.
What do you think is the biggest piece of advice that stood out to you that he's given you?
I mean, overall, just when we first got up here, it's just like how he saw everything. He sees things differently than I do. We play different ways. Like we have different views on everything. So I'll ask him a few questions, and sometimes he'll ask me something. But it's not too much. Like it's not serious and everything. But like when we do have our conversations, it's meaningful.
What lessons did you learn from DJ last year? I mean, similar situation where he goes into a new place and kind of goes through what you're going through now.
DJ, I mean, him being so experienced, I mean, I learned a lot from DJ. Just, first of all, like how to handle pressure, how to be in the moment, and just he also said it, like, I don't need that many words of encouragement, but he's also there if I need him. Like, I can call him up, ask him about whatever, like, talk to him about whatever. That's my dog. So, I mean, DJ really he just took me under his wing, and just, he really coached me up to, I wouldn't be the player I am right now without DJ being there.
Considering how important the tight end position is in the offense, how valuable is it to have Jack come along, from Oregon State and have that pre-existing relationship there?
It's very valuable for sure because, he already knew the offense, came in, and he really just ran with it. Like, there was no hiccups. He was perfect. Like, everything flowed real smooth. But it's just good having him there for the other guys, too. Like, now they've acclimated really well. The tight end group is just amazing right now. Like, they don't have a lot of MAs. They don't have a lot of mess-ups. They're just there to play ball, and they catch the ball. That's what they do. So they do a good job at it, too. So
What have you seen in terms of growth in Jack's game?
Jack, he's becoming more of a leader role from my point of view. I mean, last year he didn't talk as much. Like he talked, but he didn't talk like around offense as much. But he's come into his own, and he's talked a lot. He helped other tight ends out, helped the tackles and everybody. Like when he has blocking assignments, like helps me out too. Like talks to me about what he sees, and it's a lot. It's good.
How much better do you think you are than a year ago? With all the reps and whatnot, do you feel like you've improved a lot?
For sure. I mean, everybody has this mentality, but I think I'm the best quarterback in the Big Ten and the nation. Like, everybody has it, though. So my job is to prove it. But, it comes with the work and also just the team in general. Like, the team got to help me out. I got to help them out. So, really, it's my improvement really is based on the team.
How different does your mindset have to be, you think, as a starter? Like Lyndon was just saying, when you got in last year, you knew you were the backup. You knew you had your series or whatever, so you could kind of maybe play a little looser or free or whatever. Now it's like it's kind of all on your play, right? You're going to be different basically every snap in the game. How different is that mindset-wise, and does that lead to more, a little more cautious, I guess, or just how does that change things mentally when it's all on your plate as opposed to just a little?
Yeah, it don't change. I mean, I'm here. Like I said, I'm here to play ball and win games. But at the end of the day, like Smith know, Lindgren know, like I play my best when I'm loose. Like if I'm cool and I'm relaxed, I'm cool. I can play ball. So I mean, the difference, being a backup and a starter, it's a big change for sure. But knowing the pressure's on me, I can live and die with that. I'll be all right. It is what it is. I'm just here to play ball, like I said earlier.
Jonathan obviously played. He was a freshman. It looks like he's inclined to play Nick Marsh quite a bit. What's that like? I mean, from the standpoint of just seeing his growth, I guess, in the 7 or 8 months he's been on campus here.
Man, Nick, that's my little man. Yeah, he's not little though, but he's big dog. But young guy, still young mentally too. He's working on it. We're working with him. But overall, he's going to be a big help this fall. He's a great athlete, great football player in general. Goes up and gets it. That's like any ball in his vicinity is his. I mean, it's not too many bad things you can say about Nick. He's just a young guy.
How hard is it for a young receiver to learn this offense, or maybe to master? There's a difference between you can get in and play it, but then to master it is maybe a different level. Just where have you seen young guys? How have you seen, I should say, young guys take to this offense? How long has it took to take them to really get better?
Mastering it is hard. I mean, I still ain't mastered it. I've been here 2 years. I've been in the system 2 years. So just knowing the offense is good enough as of right now. But as we get deep into the season, I mean, the playbook's going to shorten up. We're going to have different plays every week. And I mean, I think Nick will adjust just fine.
What do you think about that room as a whole? Anybody else that you like or that you work with?
I like all them dudes, man. The receivers, they work their butts off, man. it's also different. I mean, Oregon State had smaller receivers, like everybody saw it. But here it's just it's a lot of variety of receivers around here, and it's a beautiful thing. Everybody works differently. Everybody runs their routes differently, and it's just a good thing to see, and it's going to show up big in the fall.
You mentioned the O-line being a plus. How has that learning curve been with so many new guys up front from even the spring, and how you kind of integrated them?
I mean, that's really, at the end of the day, I don't think it's no hiccups. I mean, Tanner's taking them under their wings, done really well, and yeah.
That's
Nah.
mistake day.
But I mean, yeah, Tanner's a great hope for sure. I mean, he's gonna come up big in the fall. But all of those dudes, I mean, Lepo, he got D Bowen, he got Luke coming in, he's new, Gavin, Dooley, all of those dudes, man, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be real big for them.